Welcome back to the Out of the Ordinary Friends podcast. I am one of your hosts, Andrew, and everywhere around the room we have Michael, Alex, and Zach. And today is even specialer because now we have our first guest, Elijah.
Greetings.
It's good to have you back. We don't see you very often.
Yeah, I know. That's on purpose.
Oh.
I don't know if it's on purpose. I mean,
I don't even live here. That's kind of on purpose.
well, yeah, but you still come around when you're here.
Yeah, I do.
I'm just glad you do.
Me and Elijah hang out a lot on the side. We don't tell you guys though.
Yeah.
No way.
I come over to his house. I eat his baking. I punch his dogs.
You go to this guy's house, and
I don't even know where this man lives.
so why are you saying that then?
It's
It
a
was a
joke.
No,
Now you like to do bits, Alex?
Yeah, we're doing bits today. Remember?
Yeah, man, none of this is real.
if you find a bit, you run with that bit.
Oh, okay.
You keep it going.
I got it.
I thought you couldn't run with bits because they're supposed to be kind of small.
No. You run with that bit because we're not too super serious around here.
Well, I mean, I'm not in
You
the biz.
run it
I
into the
wouldn't know.
ground.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Alex, that's what Alex.
Run that shit into the fucking ground.
Wow, we swear
Hey,
now.
yeah, you're one. You're
Yeah,
losing.
one.
Yeah.
slap
We
on the
now
wrist.
PG-13.
It's got a little E next to the episode, so
Well,
Yeah.
not anymore.
What else? What else makes today specialer, Andrew?
Today is, what day is it today? It's Saturday when we're recording. And let me see. It is 98 degrees outside. It's pretty scorching
It is
day today.
very warm.
I think Andrew forgot.
But what else is special with our podcast specifically? What's new and improved?
There is nothing new.
What?
Anyways, I wanted to bring.
Well, there is
This is
something.
I wanted to bring this up last time, but
okay.
I ran out of time, and I was a little embarrassed. But now I want to bring it up, and now that we have you, a fresh set of ears,
Elijah.
now we'll have a whole new perspective.
All right.
Now, during the last Father's Day,
Yes.
me and Al went with our father to go eat, and
Okay.
now we had some complications because one of our family members had to do something
Okay.
relatively soon after. So when we went to any restaurant, it was basically we had to whatever restaurant we picked had to be the one we ate at because we wouldn't have enough time to relocate to a different one and maybe wait through their wait times.
Why would you want to go to two different restaurants?
Oh, in case the wait time's way too long because it's Father's Day.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to bring this up to you guys. Have you guys noticed that nowhere anymore does reservations?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I've run into
Now,
that.
I want to ask you, this is how I feel. I feel like I want reservations again. And I have my opinion or my theory is that they don't do that anymore because they let people stay there as long as they want. And if they do stay there as long as they want, they might go over whatever wait time they tell people at the door. And I'm assuming that is why they don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I would rather have reservations back instead of this just if we have room we'll seat you, but if not it's gonna the wait time just goes
Yeah.
exponential. And I want your guys' opinion on this because
Well, I remember
This
one
used to be a big
time
thing.
our group we were going somewhere and I called them ahead of time because I wanted to make a reservation. But when the girl answered and I told her, she said, "Oh, sorry, we don't make reservations, but I can put you down as a call ahead." What the hell's the difference? If she basically put my name down in the same way. Isn't that what?
He doesn't
Why
get
you
it.
shrug it.
He
I
doesn't
don't get
get
it. I don't get it.
Okay, so the thing about this though is if you have reservations, that means people are actually going to be there. They're going to be spending money. It's not about the people are sitting there too long. It's
Okay.
about who will actually show up and spend money.
All right.
If you're doing a call ahead, that means you're going to be there really fast, and that they don't need to plan around having a certain set of tables that are inoperable essentially for an amount of time. You are losing money if you keep that table free and they don't show up, as opposed to a call ahead where you just give a little bit of an advance warning.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, how'd you not
makes
know
sense.
that?
Because I called ahead
you?
like 6 hours. I called like 6 hours prior, and she still put me down for like 6 o'clock.
But as opposed to like reservations for like days in advance and stuff like that.
Oh
where,
yeah,
you know,
okay, that makes sense.
now,
the hell?
I'm not a professional. So I
Rich
wouldn't
people
know that.
reserve days in advance.
Days in advance?
Well, I mean, okay, so
No,
you
for-
have an
for, like, holidays,
anniversary,
people do
you
that.
have
Okay,
you know
okay.
a celebration. You want to take out your significant other somewhere to like fancier restaurants,
Red
but, like,
Lobster.
yeah. I don't know.
Yep.
Fancier
I don't
than
think
that.
that's.
You gotta call like a
fancy.
week
It is
ahead
fancy.
in advance.
I mean,
They got your lobster has to be born and then brought to
Oh,
adulthood
get the hell
before
out of
you
here.
can eat it.
Get the hell out of here.
For our listeners who can't see, Elijah just physically cringed.
no,
No.
never go to Red Lobster.
What? Read.
Oh, wait.
Never,
Like seafood.
never. I don't like seafood.
Well, that's
Oh,
a
okay.
way
It doesn't
different.
matter.
Yeah. See, the thing is, they sell the mix to make the biscuits.
Yes.
So why would you even go to the restaurant?
You're right.
Experience.
Experience what? Subpar food?
No.
Well, what if you're with a group who wants to eat that?
Then perish.
Elijah just dies.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, okay, so back to the reservation thing. I haven't made a reservation because even like if we go with a big group like with you guys or somewhere, it's usually not that long of a wait time either. Like, right? Like there's like almost no point now because they're able to get people in and out pretty quick now. So like what you said about the money, who's willing to spend all the money, I understand that, but it's like people don't really want to sit there and eat for that long because whenever we go, like, oh, you guys ready? Hell yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
We also go early. Like we prepare to avoid.
Yeah.
We go around like 5 instead of like 8 p.m. when it's gonna be really busy.
Yeah, you should like plan ahead and try not to hit the
Yeah, just
dinner
don't be
rush because it
stupid.
gets pretty bad.
And
Or
generally,
lunch.
we avoid busy days. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't go on holidays or like Father's Day.
Yeah, I guess it also depends on like the party you have. Like if you got like a party of like let's say 5 of us, it's not too bad. Maybe like 8 and up, and it gets a little tricky.
Well, it also depends the type of people you're going with, right? If our group of friends who are relatively young men go into a restaurant and, we're sitting there for, an hour and a half, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to start getting nervous because this isn't the group you're looking for to make these really big tips, You want to get these kind of people out of here. It's like if you watch a group of high schoolers walk in and sit down at let's say, maybe some kind of religious establishment like a McDonald's. You want to get these people
Yeah.
out of here.
Oh yeah, get them the hell out of here.
Because they're all going to buy, what, a McChicken and a water? And maybe if they're feeling saucy, maybe a McFlurry.
Maybe.
That's true.
Maybe like, but
If it's not broken.
If it's not broken, that's true.
But I don't know. Do you wish they had them back, Andrew?
I kind of do because then I think the holidays would be so much easier because then that is basically all families and then we wouldn't have been in a situation where like, well, we have to pick one and only stick with them instead of to have a toss up of how long the wait time is and then go somewhere else.
But also, I don't think these restaurants want to hold the tables.
I don't think they do either.
Like wait for people. It's like these people want to eat right now. They're here to pay. Let's get them in right now. Where's this reservation? Oh, he's like 15 minutes late. The hell with him.
Well, I'm assuming they do that.
So that's why. But that's why there's no more reservations.
But how many times does that happen?
I'm pretty sure all the time.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
a very
I'm pretty
accurate
sure
round
that
number
happens-
all the time.
That happens all the
I
goddamn
guess
time.
the O
Very
a lot.
often.
Okay.
There you go.
What?
I was just saying.
Okay.
I mean, what number are you looking for? 5?
Oh, well, yeah, percentage.
No, I don't have a percentage,
I
but
would
I'm
say
pretty
about,
sure
like, 15,
it happens
20%.
all the time. I mean, sometimes in restaurants when they go up to make not a reservation, but like, hey, we're here, we want a table. This is my name, and I see like when they're ready, the table's ready. They call their name out, and they're gone. So it's like okay, and they keep calling their table for like 10 minutes, maybe 5. I don't know, but it's like that's like just wasting time for people who are behind them to snag that table.
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, that's 10 minutes. And then you just cancel it and then get the other people in.
I know.
It's not like they just hold it for the rest of the day. And
But
no
it's
one
not
can
like
use those
I know
tables.
that, but it's like the
Do you?
people who the restaurant owners are like, not owners, but like the people who are working there, they're gonna be like nervous, like, wait,
Nervous?
Don't give away their table, not yet. Wait, what do you mean? There's these people right here who want to eat now. It's like no, hold it just a little bit. See, that's
Well, yeah, because they called in saying that they would come. Yeah, do you understand how that works? Oh, that's a no. Okay. So you say you would rather have it the way it is now, Elijah.
Well, it depends on the type of restaurant. Like higher class restaurants with a lot of money at stake, I can see them making reservations a thing. If it's, by and large diners, if it's stuff like that, the real big concern is only large parties.
I want to bring this up because I feel like it's gone completely. Almost.
it is gone.
Yeah,
It should be
I
gone.
don't
It's,
think
it's
it-
not gone completely. Higher end establishments and places on the coast will still do reservations because, there's a metric ton of people living in the same place.
Now you say by the coast. Now I want to bring something up to you.
Okay, bye.
I know you don't eat seafood,
Correct.
but if you
Well,
did
actually incorrect.
Wait, fish sticks?
Fish sticks.
There you go.
but if
Check
you
yourself.
did like seafood, if that was one of your main cuisines that you like,
Yes.
do you think that it just tastes and the experience is better by the coast rather than where you live in a suburb or a city
So I'm going to get real right now. I can't taste the difference between a good number of foods that are supposed to be high class and low class. So I'm going to go with no.
Oh, man.
Because a lot of times I can't tell the difference between, food grown here, prepared just a little bit differently. For me, meat's pizza's pizza. I mean...
Pizza.
I don't think you said that.
That's what I meant.
Pizza's pizza.
Oh, I like that Easter egg. Hey, continue.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Yep.
Thank you.
I don't have refined enough taste buds. I'm sorry.
So what is that? 4 versus 1 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. But my Twitter poll was in your favor.
But I mean,
unfortunately.
that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The Twitter poll
Void.
was... Well, the
We
public...
get to dictate the narrative here.
The people have spoken, and they've spoken correctly. Sorry.
Or they're memeing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they could
Maybe
be.
they felt bad
There's
for you.
anonymity
voting it.
with that poll. We put our names on that.
Yeah.
We're going to stand by our choices here in this podcast. Those people, they could just pick whatever they want.
Okay.
No
Maybe
one
they're
can track them
scrolling
down.
and just by accident they tapped
Yeah,
your
that's
stupid
true.
answer.
No, I
So,
think my answer is right. I think it's just better by the sea. I get that atmosphere of, matey.
I hope you enjoy being wrong all the
Okay,
time.
whatever. You know
Have to
what?
go to a farm to eat burgers then, where they, have cows. Is that
You
where
get
it's
to
the
pick
best?
which one you want to kill. That one looks cute. I want to eat that one.
No, that's different though. But you don't see them kill it. I mean, it's the catch of the day. It's like,
But that's the
you know
freshest.
what? The catch of the day is gonna be delicious, man. I already know it. I didn't
the
see
cow
the
out
fish
back.
get gutted,
Yeah.
but I
I feel
know
like you're
it's
putting
like,
a lot of emphasis on catch of the day. Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Yeah, I expressed it to him last time that I think
Well,
we
yeah, I
say
mean,
that.
I
Yeah.
listen to the podcast. I think everyone who's come to this point in the podcast knows fundamentally that you're wrong about this.
about the catch of the day.
Yeah, catch of the day.
No, dude.
Catch of the day is where fishermen lie about what they have in their boat.
I mean, have you talked to them?
Why would I?
Have you? No, but I'm gonna believe them, dude.
Oh, okay.
If it's the fresh cod of the day,
Oh no!
Boy,
no! This makes sense. You see, this man will believe anything that they put on a label.
Oh.
This man trusts reviews anyone puts online.
no, not
So
true.
this kind
Not
of
true.
judgment makes sense from him.
Very not true.
Oh.
Okay,
Not
whatever
true.
you say. Who's going next?
I bet you believe in expiration dates.
No, actually,
buffoon.
I've been hadded by some of them
Hadded?
though. Yes, there was I had a carton or a gallon of milk, right?
Uh-huh.
It went bad before the date.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Yeah.
it can. Under like more extreme circumstances.
I guess, but it was in my fridge the whole time, and it was and I opened it. I was like,
Maybe someone in your house left it out, and then they realized it a couple hours later, put it back, didn't tell anyone.
maybe, who knows?
Inside job.
Was it Andrew?
Trying to poison you.
I don't know.
It was quite disgusting though. But
Alright.
bread usually that can go like maybe a few days after the expiration date. Same with milk.
I freeze my
No?
bread.
No. See, the thing is, you got to learn to trust expiration dates. For personally, if it was just me living in my house, something gets past the expiration date or even touches it, I'm throwing it as far as I can.
Really?
Yeah, because you can only drink awful milk so long, and people are like, "No, it's still good." you can only be forced to eat like really awful leftovers. Like if you've ever had lettuce that's like really wilted, and you have to keep shoveling it in because someone's like, "It's still good." And you're like, "That's because you can't taste, man."
How is that?
It's not
Awful, right?
It's not good.
God.
It is no bueno.
All right. Did you
Now,
have anything?
To bring it back to what I usually talk about, games. Oh, I have a question for you guys. So lately in the industry, a lot of games are doing season passes where instead there is no extra charge. Usually on free games they will ask you for more money, but well, I mean it's free. But the other game, well, it's just happening all around where there's a season pass where there's a season like the calendar seasons and there's content for that season, and then once it's over, it's over. Now there are some games that are doing it for free, like they'll have it and like, hey, if you can play or do whatever to get it, earn it, you get it. And there's other ones where you have to pay to be eligible to even earn them, and then when it's over, it's gone forever. Now this is a counter to the older method of doing like extra content where they would have just downloadable content just scheduled to come out. Like they'll make different packs and they'll have different stuff depending on whatever game you get, and that's it. And they'll even announce how many of those they're having beforehand. Now this is a very different model. They were around and some of them still exist, and I wanted to know your opinion on it. You're shaking your head, Elijah.
No, I'm
would love to hear more.
I'm not a huge fan of season passes, but at least the men sitting amongst us today, know that I'm not a huge fan of DLC, season passes, added content, silver edition, gold edition, revised edition. I'm not a huge fan of the re-releases that take place in the industry today.
Ooh, I like that. Well, so I'm actually a fan of the season pass.
Of course you are.
Now, now only because we're talking about free of charge, right?
Yeah, some of them are free.
Okay, so I like the ones that are free of charge. It only depends on you're willing to wait. If you're willing to wait, it'll be rewarding. If you're not, you won't like it, right? So depending on, I guess, how the game sells at launch will determine how soon that content comes out, if they're able to cash in. Now, if your game can't make good sales at launch, a la Battlefield 5, Star Wars Battlefront 2, then you're going to have a long wait for content. And that's all up to you. If you're dedicated and you want to see that content and you keep playing the game, cool for you. But if you're not and you trail off after like a month or two, maybe even a little more than that, then you're disappointed. I mean, it in the same way the content will come out. It's just, are you willing to wait that long for the content?
Am I willing to wait that long for a completed game that should have been sold to me at the very beginning? No.
Completed. Well,
Yeah.
You know what?
We really out here buying broken games, boys. It needs to stop.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think they're broken. I
Really?
mean, I don't think they're not
Really? So
finished
you
either.
think Fallout 76 came out completed?
No.
You think that the overlords over at EA released Battlefield as a completed game?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
How many maps, Zach, did they have at the very beginning?
I don't want to ask them to.
8.
All right, sorry.
I believe it was 8. 8 maps.
Eight maps. That's a lot of replay value right there, man. How many heroes did they have that you could play?
At Battlefield or Battlefront?
I don't know. I can't know.
The Star Wars one or
They're
no?
the same games, Alex.
Which one are you talking about? The one.
So just the Battlefront.
Okay, Battlefront. Battlefront had like around like maybe 11 maps that came out.
11
And
maps.
how many heroes?
I think they had about 8 heroes.
That you could play off the bat.
Oh no! You couldn't. But that's not. That's their their motto.
Their motto, what? Charge to play?
Model.
Not model, but that was their model. How the game was built. Oh, the way the game was built was totally off. It didn't work, and they knew it didn't work.
Correct.
And they had to spend a lot of time to rework the game because it was just the way you had to play it was so bad. But they still released a pretty much completed game with stuff coming in the future that would be free.
I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I don't like it.
You just don't like how games are being developed today. Then that's fine.
I think that's what I said at the very beginning of this.
Yeah,
yeah.
but what do you expect them to do now? You know how much these games cost to make now?
Yes, a lot.
A lot of goddamn money.
They should charge a lot of money.
You would not buy it then.
That's right.
No, exactly. Okay, so if they start raising the prices of these games from, they're still $60.
Correct.
Imagine
It's a
if they like raise the price to $80. Are you still gonna buy?
If I'm going to buy a completed game, yeah, I'd be willing to pay more money at the offset instead of waiting around for 14 months. It took Fallout 76 maybe a year to get passable. I don't want to wait that long if I'm paying $60. I'd rather pay even $100 at the very beginning, or I can pull a Zach and wait maybe 2 years to buy a game
For like
at,
$5.
$10, and he knows that the developers have had enough time. So instead of rushing the release dates, I'd much prefer them to hang back, release a game, and if you can't add content to that first game, put game number 2 out in 5 years with the extra content.
See, I agree with your point. I do agree that they should be complete, 100%. But I do like how they add more stuff to it, and like it brings players back because you launch all this stuff at the beginning, and some people can go through it like super quick and stuff, right?
Right.
If you grind and do all that stuff. So the fact that they have like these dates where new stuff is coming out, it almost brings like a revitalization back to the community.
But if
So
they're
they come
not
back
charging
more.
for this new information, for this new stuff, that means that they're bringing people back to a game that they're not making money off of. It's not like they're selling ads.
You're right. That's
yet.
why it's taking so long for the content to come out, because they're not making money off of it.
So we're dealing with a flawed system.
Yeah.
So that's
It's because people were before people were complaining about DLCs, how much they cost.
right.
Remember back in the day, those zombie map packs, how much were those? Like $15?
Yeah.
They were
Maybe
quite
for like
expensive.
one zombie map, maybe 2 multiplayer maps.
Correct.
People were outraging over that.
But now
so
we're
now,
not even charging for that content. I enjoy free content. I think most people do. I think people enjoy free.
Yes.
Anything free is worth saving up for, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's not good business practice. And if we're going to be evil and try to steal our customers' money, let's do it right.
But you understand that the gaming industry is literally bowing at the feet of the goddamn gaming community, because the gaming community,
Big words.
the gaming community, like, look what happened to Battlefront 2. All that shit that happened on
no,
Reddit
no.
and
There's
everything.
only one game that you can really point to in which the community did it really dirty, and that's Black Ops 3.
Explain
Rest in pieces.
how.
They asked for a new game. They asked for a change up. They were given a change up, and then you had the screeching begin, where people were given something new and they didn't like it. So then they released World War II again after that?
I
Pretty
think so.
close.
Yeah,
Pretty close. People don't like new,
you're right.
which is why we deal with a lot of sequels, right?
But there wasn't as big of an outrage with Black Ops 3 compared to Battlefront 2. I mean, but people were getting on that
Is
train
Battlefront
to
2 the-
boycott it.
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
They were getting on the train to boycott it because of the way it was coming out. Like,
Correct.
yes, everything's free, but you got to pay in-game currency to
EA
to get
tried to
stuff.
make that game
Yeah.
like people make phone games. That's essentially the system that was in
Yeah.
place, right? I mean,
Yeah.
And then the real gaming community, those with consoles and on PC, rose up against the phone gaming industry and told EA to shove it.
Yeah. So you understand my point, why
Let's just
where they
shrug.
have to like kind of see what the gaming community wants, or the gaming community is not going to buy the game.
Correct.
Right.
Unless, you're FIFA and then you'll buy whatever they put out.
Yeah, unless you're FIFA. They tried to adapt that model into their other games, and it clearly backfired.
Because
Hard.
people aren't willing to spend any extra money, even if it gives them a better product.
Yeah. So if it being free, but you just have to wait, it really depends on the person. If you're patient enough for it to come out, because if it's free, then cool.
But that free doesn't help the gaming industry. It brings customers back to a game that they're no longer making money off of, because if you already own the game and you don't have to pay for DLC, that means the servers have to run with only that initial set of money. And I think Zach can attest to this. Even if you're releasing new content, that's not going to get people who didn't buy the game initially
Do buy it.
to buy it now. Zach isn't going to buy Fallout 76. Even they could add anything. They could add Fallout 4 to Fallout 76,
Yeah.
and Zach would not buy the game.
No, I know. I don't think Zach like Fallout 4.
Nope.
But the premise still stands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think they should do? And this is a question to all of you.
Increase the price from the start.
The season pass, I like that, and I'm willing to grind because I'm a fucking savage.
Well, there's a difference between that though, because there's some games like Call of Duty where you pay $60 and then you pay extra for a battle pass on
you
top
don't.
of that.
It's
You don't?
free.
It is now.
You,
Yeah, it
you
was
used to
always
have to
free.
pay.
Oh, okay.
You used to have to pay for the season pass.
No, on Black Ops 4.
Okay, but like in their other games before that.
Oh, yeah.
And so that is a terrible practice because, I mean, you're just paying $120 for a game
Yeah, I did
at
that.
that point. Yeah, and I 100% disagree with that. Like,
Okay.
1,000%.
So Michael is on board with them just raising the base
Yeah.
game price. Andrew likes the season pass and grinding. You
If I had to vote, I'd definitely side with Michael on this.
raise the
Yeah.
price.
Raise the
and
prices.
You too, right?
Yeah, like Halo 5. All their post-launch stuff, all free, but it was a incomplete game when it launched. I would have paid $80 or $100 to have a complete game at launch. I would 100% do that.
Man, see, I think I would be able to pay 80, but 100 for just the damn. That's
I mean, that's just an arbitrary number I'm throwing out.
Yeah, but
like
what-
I could vary between the game, like depending on the size of the game.
But when you get season passes, because didn't you get Battlefield's season pass?
they don't have a season pass.
Okay, before their
Like
season pass
you
used
bought
to be
premium
like,
passes for like the
premium.
other
Battlefield
ones.
1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Well,
On Battlefield 1, I
remember.
did
And
buy
how-
it, but
how much
that's when it
was
was
that?
$15 for
15,
all of
yeah.
it.
Was that on sale or was? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just wait, but I still grinded out on that game because I like the game.
Well, I mean,
Because
grinding
you
to
like
unlock stuff that's already in the game is one thing.
Yeah.
But, them adding content continuously is something else.
Yeah.
Did you get your answer, Andrew,
Yeah.
from all of this?
I enjoy the battle pass thing that's in a lot of the battle royale games, and that's actually moving to other shooter games in the future. I enjoy that Because on the $60 games so far, those are free. And on the free games, $10. I mean, it's free. I'm only spending $10. And I plan on playing it. So.
Oh, you talking about Fortnite?
And Apex
Oh, okay.
Legends. Yeah. And that's going to... So far, Gears of War is going to do that. Gears of War 5. They're going to have a battle pass, but it's free with the game. You just have to pay for the game.
It comes down to if you're willing to spend the money.
It comes down to if you're willing to play the game. You need to know how long you're going to play the game for. Like, you better like this fucking game if you're going to buy it. And if you don't, then get the hell out. Stick to your mobile games. Those are free.
Andrew's so full of hate.
Yeah.
I don't think we play mobile games really.
No.
No.
At least
Well,
I don't play mobile games at
Oh,
all.
really?
No, I don't anymore.
No, anymore. Okay.
Yeah, I used to, but
You had a caveat there that wasn't said originally.
no, yeah, sorry. I used to though. I used to be a big Clash of Clans player, but we all did for a while.
Did you, Zach?
I
remember your name
for
on
like
there.
a month.
And
I absolutely hated every minute of it, but you guys needed me for Clan Wars, so I was like,
oh yeah, you were just like
Fine.
the bottom of the food
Yeah.
chain, though. So like the last little.
yeah, 'cause I started like over a year after you guys, so I didn't have anything.
We started like a year after Elijah, so he was like way ahead of
Yeah,
us
he
too.
was way ahead of us.
I mean, I wasn't too far ahead. I didn't start playing a year
No, you
ahead
weren't.
of you guys.
We actually
no.
were catching up.
It was enough to be intimidating to me when I would look at your castle and see.
Well,
all
and
the
that
shit
is
you
that
had.
was back when we were younger, so we had more time.
I have the same amount of time. I'm just relocated.
And you guys all went to the same school too, so you
This
could
is true.
coordinate.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I wanted to bring up something else, and I guess like this can transition to whatever bullshit Alex likes to talk about. But anyways,
Well, I have
was
nothing for
I was
this week.
thinking about
I
this
got
the other day.
All right.
That now it's about a movie. It's a relatively not very enjoyable movie. I don't think a lot of people like it.
Aliens.
No.
Oh.
Anyways, I was thinking about it. I was reminiscing on old days of, if you guys remember or ever saw Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines.
No way.
Is that the one with the female robot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I am aware of that movie.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Now, in the movie, the spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, in the end of the movie, where they're trying to stop the Skynet from rising up, they lose.
Yes.
And the Skynet nukes the planet.
Yes.
Now, I personally can't think of another movie where the good guys actually lose and the bad guys win, and they literally get away with probably the biggest defeat ever. They fucking nuke the planet.
Now, did you mean they permanently win, or did you mean that they win in this movie and in the very next movie all of the villain's accomplishments are rewound?
Well, I don't think they could really win after that. I mean, the planet is nuked.
But you know what I'm
anyways-
talking about.
Yeah, yes, I know what you're talking about. I mean, the story can't just end. But anyways, that is one of the few movies I think where the villains win. I mean, I guess you can count Empire Strikes Back, but that doesn't count because the rebellion's still there. But in this movie, the humans basically lose.
Yeah.
Like completely, almost completely lose.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like they could end it right here and it's over.
Episode 3 they win for about 20 years.
Episode 3.
Now,
Yeah,
for
Revenge
those
of
of
the
you
Sith.
unaware, Alex is talking about Star Wars Episode 3,
Yeah, not episode 3 of a show or anything.
in which
Okay, well,
the
Revenge of the
villains
Sith.
the villains in the series, the Sith, use droids to use a false flag operation to start a war within the Republic against itself, and then the Sith swoop in and take the clones and kill everyone, and then they rule the universe. Of course, the problem with this and what Alex is saying is that they win for a little bit. 20 years is not a very long time.
but
all
they
things
win for a
considered.
while, more than in Empire Strikes Back. That's like 2 years. But in this one, they
But their accomplishments mean nothing in the grand scheme of things.
okay. Oh, all right. Okay, so then what? I don't know what movie has had that then.
That's why I was asking you. Do you know of any other movie that's
I
like
mean,
that?
you are the cinema fan.
I mean,
that's why I
okay.
mentioned
How
it at
about
the beginning.
the War for the Planet of the Apes?
Aren't the apes the good guys in that movie?
Well,
Is that the
if you're an
second
ape-
one? Is that the second one or the third one?
That's
the
the
third
third
one.
one.
Third one.
Because I was always under the impression that when you're supposed to be watching those movies, you're supposed to identify more with the simians.
the apes, right?
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm not an ape, but in my mind,
Yeah.
the-
That
the
one's a little
apes-
different because you are supposed to sympathize with the apes.
Yeah, but they show you kind of more with some characters within the human side in the third movie. So I was kind of like torn between Caesar and some of the humans. You know what I mean?
Some
So
of the
in my
humans that
mind,
were
like,
added
in my
just to
mind,
die.
I kind of Avatar. I wanted the humans to win in Avatar,
But the people you're supposed to root for are not the humans.
but the
You're rooting
Na'vi
for that
are,
one guy.
The Na'vi should just bow down to the humans. Honestly,
Whoa.
my opinion.
Well, I mean, we've heard what he says
I
about
wasn't a
aliens.
fan.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
this isn't
Now,
unexpected.
don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I agree with him in this movie. but,
Wasn't a fan of the Na'vi, to be honest.
I don't really.
Jake
think,
Sully's a traitor, man.
I don't know who that is.
That's
He's the main
guy.
guy.
That's the main lead in Avatar.
Oh, right. He's the
handicap.
guy who gets an alien sona and decides to stick with it.
Yeah, and he betrays humanity like a
Yeah.
moron.
I mean, he doesn't really betray humanity. He betrays a segment of the military that's sent there to collect.
Rocks.
He betrays a mining company. That's all he does.
The best element ever.
Incorrect. That would be transformium.
Ooh, you're
Or
right.
Blasium from the American classic Buck Rogers.
What about vibranium?
No, I don't think anything. I think Transformium is up there.
Transformium
The
is
worst
up there.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably transformium is definitely worse than unobtainium.
Yeah, Blasium's worst.
I mean, that's just a bad name. There's nothing actually wrong with it.
Yeah.
Transformium, though, that's like
Good God, that's so bad.
I think they're working on making it real. Transformium.
Don't listen to that.
I don't even know what it is actually. Like, is this a transforming metal?
Does anybody know?
It
What movie was it
created for a
introduced in?
For a
I don't
movie,
know.
Alex.
Which
I don't
movie
think it's
did it
supposed
come
to,
out?
Go that deep.
4?
Yeah.
I don't remember 4 that much.
Wait, is Transformium the artificial stuff that they made, or is that actually what they're made out of?
I think it's what they're made out of, and then they use it.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I have to
I really did not think that hard about those movies.
I don't think you
can't.
were supposed to.
You can't.
What about you?
What?
Can you
Andrew's
think of any
question
movie where
movie.
the bad guys actually win? I know
Well,
they
all the ones I
don't.
think of, like, well, first one that came to mind was freaking Infinity War, but that's basically like part one of a 2-part thing. So I don't know
Yeah.
if that really counts. Maybe like Dawn of the Dead, but that's a zombie movie. But everyone does die in the end,
Yeah.
so zombies win.
There you go.
Other than
Horror
that,
movies, people all die
Yeah.
all the time.
Because they're set up to be such.
Yeah.
but other than that, no, because they're run by people like you who are just like the humans need to win.
What people
No
like
matter
me.
what.
All right, change
Well,
the topic.
Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Arnold trying to get them to that mountain bunker the whole movie, though? Like, that's what he's trying to do the whole time?
The goal is accomplished. Humanity
Yeah.
still loses, but the goal of the heroes
It's-
within the movie still succeeds.
It's the people that you're following, they misunderstand what the goal is of the movie. They still win by surviving because that was the actual goal the whole time. It's
So
just
you're
they're not
telling
aware
me
of it.
the
audience
objective
is.
was to survive.
Yeah.
Is Salvation in that same universe after Terminator 3?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the planet nuked in
Yeah.
Yeah.
after it.
Yeah.
okay.
Salvation takes place like after all that. Like,
Okay.
Is that the one with the robot dude?
Yeah.
He's got robot pieces in him. He's like a cyborg.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you can say that one's when they lose, but I haven't really.
That I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh wow, they lose. Terminators win.
Yeah. All right.
Now, I'll throw it to you three, or Elijah, since you are our guest, to add any other topics into the room. But other than that, I think we're good.
All right, so I wanted to shout this out in the beginning, but I'll do it now.
It's too
So
late
we
now.
have
What
new,
happened?
no, our artwork, our new picture
I
thing.
didn't make anything.
No, not
It's
you.
the new
Gotta
We
give
have
a new
credit,
cover.
Andrew.
Oh.
Jesus.
Credit.
To our,
Shout out to
our
our
friend
boy.
Jared Mercer,
Oh.
right? I can say his last. He's an artist. He needs the recognition.
Yeah,
We're gonna shout him out on Twitter too. But I really like it.
I do too.
I think
it looks good.
It's very.
I like Alex's sword and his little mustache.
Oh yeah, so if you guys like are watching this or listening to this and you see the new cover art, I am on the right with the sword and a grill, and then it goes to Zach.
With the lab coat.
He's got a lab coat, looking all smart and shit. And then we got stupid Andrew, who's sitting on the ground playing his
Power
game.
box.
Power box.
And then we got
Yeah.
Mike on the far left, looking all tough and shit.
Just looks.
With his trademark Tim's.
With his Tim's and the tank top he's wearing now. EJ, have you seen the new art yet?
Yeah, Andrew showed it to me earlier.
What did you think? I mean, it's not as good as what I put out, but you know.
Well, I mean, I was actually a fan of the black screen that I would stare at when listening to the podcast.
dude, you're
nothing-
also
Hate you.
that thing, that illusion where you stare at an image for like so long and then you look and it's like imprinted
see
on the
it
wall.
also.
That's
Oh,
what
the after
Elijah would
images?
see for our like title. You just look at somewhere else.
Or even when he'd look at us, he'd just see the box.
You know what I got compliments for? The old
Music?
cover art was, hey, it looks like a card from Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. Like
familiar.
there's-
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
you meant-
the
okay.
old- no, not this one. The old one. I was like, yeah, thanks, man. That's
I-
Is
creative.
that a compliment?
It
It's,
is.
it's just it
It's
just
a
looks like
crime.
something from a
I think it's
we're
a compliment.
stealing.
That's not saying it looks good.
I think it looks pretty good. That's
Nah,
just
the one
me.
that
That's just saying it relates to something.
I mean, I'm also the only guy who liked our old intro music.
Incorrect.
No, Elijah liked it.
Elijah liked
I
it.
loved it.
and like 2 other people we know liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
But-
We voted
Now, is the new intro
Unanimously.
music used for this episode?
yeah for this
as well?
one.
it's going to debut with this.
What you want to do for those of you listening to this, just skip the intro music from now on.
I
It is
think
not
it's
good.
I think it's all right. I mean, it's
good.
pretty cool.
Incorrect.
I like
Fits
it.
us better than the old car
Well, I wouldn't
show
say that.
music.
at all.
Cheap and low quality? No.
I actually like the old music. I love it. I know you do. I'm glad you love it because, goddamn. But in the future, I would love to have our own original
piece.
song.
Yeah.
It would be great to have.
Well, you guys were all in band.
Yeah, I'll make
That is
something.
correct, huh?
You
Yeah.
guys can make
Andrew,
something.
can you still play your trumpet?
I'll get GarageBand and I'll record myself and I'll do it.
Playing trumpet?
No.
It's just hot cross buns.
All
No,
right.
just-
So got that out of the way. We've also had some recent earthquakes here, right?
Yeah,
pretty
California,
strong.
somewhere close by the earthquakes.
Now, how many have you guys felt?
I only felt that big
I felt
one.
2.
What? In the last couple days? I felt 2.
I felt the one on, was it 4th of July?
Yeah.
And then I missed the one yesterday because I was in a pool.
Your pool didn't
It just
shake?
blended. Well, he did a cannonball like right at the moment that it happened, so he thought that the
I mean, 'cause it's
waves
like, you know,
coming
Damn,
back.
that was rude.
You know, I had a brother
No, not that he
splashing
caused
around.
it. It blended in with the
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
you don't really notice the waves, but my aunt had come out of the house because she was kind of scared because it went on for so long.
Oh, yeah. I think the one on 4th of July, that one lasted for about a good, 7 or 9 seconds.
I thought you were going to say a lot.
I think, and the one yesterday, maybe how long was that, Andrew? Maybe 10?
Yeah.
10 minutes? Or
10
10 a lot?
seconds.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
10 a lot.
And that was crazy because I was sitting on my couch watching Independence Day. Great movie on the 4th of July. And I could have sworn it was 15 minutes after Will Smith wakes up. It's like, is that an earthquake? In the movie, right? Mm-hmm. The earthquake actually happens. And I was sitting
Felt
on
a
my
spiritual
couch
connection
and
with
I
Will
heard
Smith.
I felt my bum rattle, shake. And I'm like, is my whole bum twitching? And then I felt my whole body shake. I'm like,
maybe that's just the
What's
sensation
happening?
you get
Boy,
from
you
seeing
dumb.
Will
and then
Smith.
I heard
That's true. Right?
all around my house. I was like, oh shit.
You heard that noise? Mm-hmm. It sounded gross.
You should.
Like
Get
the
that
house
checked out.
creaking, and I was just like, "Oh fuck!" Am
I don't
gonna
know
have
if
to
your house is
evacuate?
safe anymore.
I don't know, dude.
Probably
Do we need to
compromised.
get it inspected now because we had an earthquake? Like
It's
that?
making that sound, yes.
Yours wasn't?
No.
No.
Zach, they built their house with their bare hands, so it's totally structurally
Mine-
sound.
The
Yeah.
quality of IKEA.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
My house didn't even make that noise, man. What are you talking about?
Maybe you weren't listening.
I'm surprised your house didn't crumble.
Yeah. Crumble.
No, you see,
the
you see,
roof,
comrade,
the
with
roof.
supreme Russian engineering, no way house break.
I'm surprised the wall didn't crack and boom, all the wild animals just come racing out and kill you guys.
You're just waiting.
They're just waiting to get
Like a pipe of
released.
water?
A bear, a wolf.
Bees, the
Nah, please. The rats know that if they eat us, we're not going to bring any more food.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who was scared though? Were you guys legit kind of scared when those earthquakes hit?
Scared of what?
Or were you like, oh, it's nothing?
I was
The
confused
planet.
Yeah.
You were confused.
because my pooches were sitting on my bed at the time, and I was just watching TV, and one of them was out of my sight. So I thought it was just shifting around on the bed and making it move a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then I looked, and it's just standing still, but the bed's still going. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Did you guys have any chandeliers that you noticed were shaking?
Right above my bed.
Fuck.
No.
Yeah,
No,
the
I
one in
don't
the
have
kitchen. I was in the kitchen at the second one, and I saw it starting to sway side to side.
I wasn't in the kitchen with him, so
And I was
can't
like,
verify
holy
it.
shit.
You guys have a chandelier in the kitchen?
Just catch it.
Dang, yeah.
It's not that hard.
I was.
Well, you go under it intentionally so that when it falls, you can catch
Don't
it.
do that.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. But And then I noticed that, and I run to see Andrew. I'm like, "You feel that, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's just playing Fortnite."
Yeah.
And then he lost from that. I
What else
guess
is there to do?
his attention diverged somewhere else, and I was like, he died. He's like, "Oh, you made me lose." My
Andrew, what
game."
was that tweet you put out like right after that?
Oh, that was just pure imagination and American ingenuity happening in a couple of seconds.
Why don't you share
You're
that with
making me
the
cringe right now.
with the group?
Awful.
Sorry. But anyway, I was playing Fortnite, and all of a sudden the Earth started to move. Not in the way it's supposed to, like, orbiting the sun, but in a different way.
Go on.
Let it out, man. Just laugh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit.
Anyways, yeah,
right.
go
I
ahead.
should-
Continue
Come
the
on,
story.
Come on.
Anyways, it was vibrating, and then I noticed it on my seat because it's like a swivel chair, and it's like, it's happening again. But it went on for a while, and I'm in the heat of battle on Fortnite. There's a man above me, and I'm below him, so I gotta maneuver. But the Earth is shaking, and it's shaking harder than the first one. So I was like, I don't know what to do. The game's going, but I might have to leave. But then the game's going, so. There's nothing above me. I guess that ceiling fan, but I could take that. And
Yeah, you can.
the TV was starting to shake, so then now my vision was going out. Like, So then I stopped. I don't pause again because that would be foolish. I'm just standing there, and I'm sitting in the chair, and it's shaking. And it went on for like 40 seconds, like half a minute or something like that.
Holy shit, that's longer than I thought.
Oh, if
It
I was
went
just
on
going
for a while.
Bet
'cause
it
when it
could,
started,
yeah.
I just stopped. I stopped playing. I sat there to get myself immersed
Ready to
in the
die.
vibrations. And it went on for a while. The TV shook a little bit. There wasn't anything on the walls like that would fall on me, so I'm good. Besides the ceiling fan. And then it
Posters?
ended. And then you came in and were like, "Did you feel that?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." And then right after that, I was like, my game. And then I ended up losing. In the emotional breakdown of losing, I walked out to see you, and then we were talking about the earthquake, and then a light bulb hit me. I was like, And then I went back to my room, got my telephone, crafted the tweet, and then sent it. Or I showed Alex first, because I want to see his reaction. And then he laughs. I'm dying laughing, walking back to him, showing it to him. And then I tweet it. And even afterwards, I'm still laughing at it.
And now, if we,
Well, what's the tweet? Yeah,
What did it say? Elijah
you
doesn't
should
have
just
Twitter.
give their Twitter a shout out so the fans can see it.
I mean, I guess you can follow me.
You don't just remember?
Tell them.
No, I don't.
I was picturing like Andrew, like if it got severe enough and the ceiling is falling apart, Andrew would stand over his Xbox to protect it.
that was my
Just unplug it
my
and then
immediate course
run
of
out.
action would have been go to the Xbox, protect it. 'Cause there's nothing above the
Like a
Xbox.
mama bear.
So I'd
It'd
probably
still try.
go over there, unplug everything, and run outside.
Like if anything's gonna survive, it's gonna be this Xbox.
I put my own life above.
Women and children first, and Xboxes.
Yeah, Xbox before the women and children.
Oh yeah,
Probably because it's
100%.
digital, so it lasts longer. But anyways,
Okay, so you said it lasted longer than what I thought.
yeah, well,
So
I
what-
stopped playing, so I actually sat in the moment and like,
Okay,
oh my
so
God.
when these earthquakes happened, this is my initial reaction. So I start to feel a shaking, right? And then what happens is I kind of stand up like this.
Okay, how are you standing for the
You gonna
audience?
poop?
Why don't you just describe it? You
He's
don't
like
need
an-
to
like half
analyze it.
squatting.
I'm
His,
kind of like half squatting, crouched, and my hands
It
are
looks like a bad
my arms are
attempt to
fanned
scare
out a
off a bear.
bit, and I'm like, wait, do I need to run right now?
Trying to look bigger than the earthquake.
Yeah, I'm trying to like be intimidating to the fucking earth. Like, you don't stand a chance, man. This is me you're talking about. But I was like, wait, do I need to make a run? Do I need to take stuff right now? Like, what if it gets worse? It's like that, and literally the walls are coming down, the roof
that
comes down.
area.
I mean, like, do I need to just be able to run the fuck outside, or what are you supposed to do? Like, get under a table?
Under a doorway or under a
What
table.
the hell is that going to stop? What if that falls?
Because that's the sturdiest part.
It's reinforced.
Nah, you know what's better? Outside, where there's nothing above me.
Yeah, if you can make
Trees?
it outside, then.
No, the clouds.
But if you're standing in the
Clouds can
street
fall,
and the
Andrew.
crack opens in the
Have you
road
seen
and you
rain?
fall in and you're screwed.
But what I can just run away from the crack.
Yeah,
No. You're talking to a man who can both outdistance a bear
yeah.
and survive in the harshest
Outrun
conditions.
Outrun an earthquake.
Outdistance a bear? You mean like outrun a bear? I've never said that.
You said you're faster
Fight
than
off
a bear,
with
You
a
said you're faster than a bear.
which means
I
you
said I can
run.
kill a bear.
He can kill a bear.
No, I think I do remember you saying one
in
time
one
that
of,
you're
in one
faster
of the
than
numerous
bear.
reasons that you give
Yeah.
for your
You
capabilities
said it was
of beating
slow.
a bear, you
you're
say
faster.
I'm faster than a bear. I have quicker reflexes.
Oh, I thought you meant like beat a bear in a foot race. No way. But like, if it all depends on how the bear like starts to attack me. Like if he comes at me with his right fucking paw, and like he misses, right, all that momentum like is like going forward, and that bear is probably going to lose balance or fall.
He's got three other legs he's on. He's not going to lose balance.
Whatever. Anyways, he loses balance, and then I go at him, and that's it. That's it. Boom, done.
Yeah, it's 4 legs.
Match over.
For the bears listening to this, I believe in you.
Well, like, Alex is only claiming he can kill 90% of the world's population of bears. So
The
there's that
aquatic
10%
bears are
window
his,
that could,
Achilles heel.
You know, outmatch Alex.
Now, do you think you can take a polar bear?
No way.
That's
So the
that's
aquatic
more
one.
More
than
than 10%.
All right.
And
Those
the water
boys
bears.
are aquatic.
That's the reason you can't take them out.
They're not only on land, but on sea they're deadly.
They are like one of the only animals to actively hunt humans. They've killed more people than you've killed bears.
Yeah, I know. That's why they're in the 10% that I cannot beat.
And tardigrades.
And the water bears and polar bears.
Well, apparently, I mean, it has. Okay, so that thing is not like that microscopically small. I looked it up. It's like maybe a millimeter.
Okay.
Okay.
Why can't you just take a microscopic knife and cut that motherfucker in half? He's dead then, right?
You probably can.
I don't know.
You should probably try.
Everyone's like, let's just heat it. Let's chill it. Let's blast it with radiation. How about you fucking stab that thing?
Well,
because they're not
more,
actually trying to kill it. They're just
more
trying to see what
it was more
survive.
fascinating that it can survive in like any environment.
That's not fascinating to me.
Okay.
So we can just throw you into the Arctic the way you are right now. And you
Shorts
live.
and a t-shirt.
No, I wouldn't. I will die.
Exactly.
They know I will die.
You can't adapt.
Okay, well, I'm a human.
They
I
can.
can't adapt very quick. They can. That's cool.
Yeah.
But saying that
There's
they're
people up there.
indestructible,
Throwing Alex
which
over
I've
there
heard,
doesn't mean anything.
that I've heard these things are indestructible. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Did you have anything else, Mike?
Yeah. So there's this girl named Belle Delphine.
He loves her. I bet he loves her. I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, usually
Please
when Michael
give me.
brings up some girl on the internet.
Yeah, tell me who this is. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he was going to.
He's starstruck now.
She's I think she's a streamer. She's
Twitch
just really
streamer?
popular. And she just posts like weird videos. There's one where she's like playing with an octopus. It's like her pet.
A real one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or a squid. I don't know what the difference is.
And
So she's selling bath water.
hers?
Yes. She takes a bath, puts yeah. Who else would she sell? What other bath water would she sell if it's not hers?
Our neighbors.
I'm sure she's rich. She can acquire some bath water.
Okay. Well, anyways, she takes a bath, gets the leftover water, puts it in a cup, and is selling it online.
And how much? A pop.
I don't know.
I believe it's something like $20.
$20
She's making a fairly large profit off of this.
for bath water?
Yes.
This is what he said, yes.
Water that she's bathed in.
And have people been actually buying this
Yes.
garbage?
There's already been someone sent to the hospital because he got sick out of drinking it.
She's strictly put to like not for drinking, but if you're that obsessed with her, you probably will drink it.
Well, see, this is where we find uncover the losers of the world, right? And I'm allowed. Yes, I'm going to say it.
Really?
Damn.
You're buying bath
That's not
water
censored.
No.
from some chick.
You don't understand. This is
And
just
drinking it
the
and getting
logical
sick?
conclusion to this. The bath water, they're going to treat it like saint water. Eventually, you'll be able to banish,
Oh,
you're going to be able to get into the gamer moment if you possess this item.
The game zone. Sorry to correct.
Enter the game zone for the low price of $29.99. You too can enter the game zone with the blessings of X, Y, or Z.
Now, how long has this girl been doing this?
Not very long. It's only been like a
Bathwater
week.
thing, not that long, but her fame probably, I don't know. I even found out about her from a PewDiePie video like a year ago. Mm-hmm. What? Why are you shaking your
PewDiePie?
head? What?
Oh, he's
Just watching streamers in general. Shame on you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I'm sorry for what I do.
and so she's been doing this for a while, and she does Twitch, so she plays games, right?
Yeah.
All right, and she has a big following.
Yeah.
So she struck gold then with this bathwater thing.
I've seen a lot of tweets too, like they're like they hate it, but at the same time, like a lot of people are like considering it now, like following that trend because it's so successful.
Andrew.
You're gonna make me sick. To
I
my
don't take
stomach.
baths. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What about your used tissues?
Oh my god! Come on, my man.
Those.
I mean, your fans are gonna be hearing you in the mic all the time, like I
15
want-
bucks on eBay right now. Go bid.
Sorry, Elijah.
Are you okay? Is something wrong?
Welcome to our show.
So hard. I need to sneeze or something. I'm dying.
Now, have these been auctioned somewhere? I'm sure they had to have been.
I don't think they need to be auctioned. They can't be auctioned yet. Like, you can just get them for a cheaper price than if they were auctioned off somewhere else.
just auction
You just gotta wait.
I need
for
to
that.
look this up myself because this is just
You gonna look
get
up a
some
picture of
Bathwater.
it?
puzzling me.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
Do you have anything else, Mike?
Yeah. So have you guys seen the commercial for that new KFC sandwich?
Did you
the
mean
Cheeto one?
the unholy abomination?
Yes.
Yes.
What the hell is that thing?
Please describe it to me. I have not seen this.
It's so KFC chicken in a sandwich.
Cool.
Cheetos on top of that, drizzled
good.
with Cheeto cheese sauce.
They have
all
sauce?
over. I guess so. I
Okay.
don't know what it. Yeah, it looks disgusting.
Looks very
The commercial
unappetizing.
they advertise it for. There's like 3 skater kids at a skate park, and they're like, "Oh, I'm bored or hungry or whatever." And like Chester
Showing
Cheeto
it.
shows up, and yeah, shows that unholy thing.
Let me have a.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, that looks so good." Dude.
Yeah,
It looks like someone barfed
the
onto
Cheeto
a brick.
sauce. I
And-
think tops
Yeah.
it.
Their like
Alex,
promotional image of it too that has the orange background
Ooh.
as well. That is just
okay,
disgusting.
So hang on a second. Before we cut to the chase about this, there are some people out there who absolutely love Cheetos and will live by the Cheeto, die by the Cheeto. Who put Cheetos in their sandwiches, put Cheetos in with virtually a lot of meals they eat. So this is a golden opportunity for Cheeto lovers, right? Who also love KFC. It's nothing different. Have you guys ever put chips in a sandwich? Nothing
Yeah.
different. Yeah. It's nothing different.
This is to the extreme, though.
You said no. You can't relate.
It's the same thing as the Fritos in those burritos at Taco Bell. The
I
same
don't get that
goddamn
either.
thing. Those were good. If you guys are listening, the I think they were called the beefy crunch burritos. Those were good shit.
But
What's
that's
the difference.
That's tortilla chip. Like you're basically having just more of like corn tortilla in a burrito. This is a fucking Cheeto.
here? Have
on
you ever had
fried
Cheetos
chicken.
in a sandwich?
No,
On fried chicken.
Try it.
I don't want to.
Oh, so close-minded. Try it, y'all. If you guys know, you okay?
Nigga needs to blow his nose.
It's okay.
I started dying.
It's okay. It's okay. But I haven't heard you say anything on this.
He said it was unholy abomination.
Yeah.
Well, he
Holy
was
abomination.
throwing
But
in,
would you
so
give
much
it a
air.
shot?
Okay, so first and foremost, you all know, well, the people here know, for those of you in the podcast, I am not a huge fan of fried chicken.
Oh, you're not.
I'm
man,
not.
for all that.
So we already started at a detriment, at least to me. And a lot, I'm not a big sauce guy either, which means that's another strike.
You like dry stuff.
I enjoy letting flavors speak for themselves.
Oh,
Okay, I'll respect that.
And I mean, I like Cheetos as a chip, but to put it on a sandwich just kind of seems odd to me.
especially Cheetos sauce. That one gets me hard.
Cheeto
that's
sauce is horrifying.
That's pushing it a bit.
I mean, what do? They blend up a Cheeto in like water and just like drizzle it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't really want to think about that.
Also, like KFC has sandwiches.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for a while
KFC's
now.
always had sandwiches.
I've never had one of their sandwiches ever.
I mean, I'd rather eat there than, Chick-fil-A.
Well, you're definitely.
I got food poisoning from Chick-fil-A, that's why.
Oh, okay.
I never again.
I still haven't gotten food poisoning yet, so I haven't had to cross off any place because of that. yet.
Well,
I'm
I doubt I
worried.
would cross
that
off
hot
this
dog
one.
you had at the zoo or whatever.
That's still
it was.
questionable.
You're eating at the zoo.
I was hungry.
Go to good old McDonald's right after.
There you go.
I mean, this is all on you.
All right, going back to the Bathwater topic, she has 3.9 million followers on Instagram.
Yes.
And she's selling them $30 a pop. She sold out of that shit within 3 days. Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of.
I don't know what you're doing. Are you being a fish or what?
That's drinking, my guy.
Oh, well.
Not everyone in the world is normal, Alex.
Gulp.
But this is
Andrew.
crazy.
This is the future, Alex.
I guess.
We live in a very fan-centered world.
Yeah.
My God.
Well, it's
I'm honestly
someone
baffled.
that they can't physically have. So if they can get the bathwater, then
It's much
that's,
like possessing the finger
tantalizing.
bone of a saint.
And she can't get in trouble for making people sick because they're buying it.
And she's telling, or like she has
as long
this
as she
label
has
there.
the warning.
And the
not for
warning too.
drinking.
So if you get sick, you get sick. She's making bank though. God damn.
Sell your bathwater, Andrew.
I don't take baths.
You start now.
No, I like to sell his tissues.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's a trademark,
But that's
Commander.
like germs on a freaking thing.
germs.
As opposed to water that's
And
touched your
bathwater
entire
is
body.
not germs?
Well, but this is coming directly out of his inside of his
This is around
head.
her whole goddamn body. Her. She's in a bath because she's dirty, my guy. She's getting clean. Goddamn. What's wrong with you?
But she's taking bath after bath. She's gonna be less and less dirty, right? She's got to sell a lot of bath
It's
water.
still very unsanitary.
Oh, yeah, it
very
is, I know.
disgusting. I mean, I don't know.
What's
What
up,
else
Zach?
you got? That's
Well, I was just wondering, Elijah, did you have anything to bring since we're kind of
I did.
Running.
Addition
a little
out.
Go
Or do you
ahead.
want to
Yeah.
let all of us go first?
I
and you wanna
was going to let
get-
everyone go
get us-
first.
we don't have
I don't
time
think
to
these
finish
two have
everybody's
anything.
off. So
Oh, you-
I have some stuff, but I can just save that for next week.
Are
It's
you
fine.
sure?
We'll just throw it on.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so we got into an argument, the group of us, a while back, and I'm not going to rehash the argument. That's not what I wanted, but it got me thinking. It got me thinking about what does a hero mean to you?
Oh shoot!
Now you can answer it any way you
I
want. You can
blocked
answer.
this out when you guys were yapping about this.
You can answer it like, what does a hero mean in real life? What does it mean in the movies? And it's not superhero.
no, yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're talking about heroes. So, what is a hero to you, and what do you want from a hero?
Well, in my book, my big book,
You have
what
a
a
book?
hero should follow always is a hero.
Would
needs
you
to-
describe it as a checklist?
No, I didn't say
Okay.
that. I said book.
Okay.
A hero needs to be inspiring, someone to look up to, someone who you want to model your life after. That's a hero.
Okay.
That sounds like an idol.
No.
Oh, okay.
But what do you want from a hero in fiction then? All right, so we'll make it a two-part
in
question. What do you
in-
want from a real hero a hero in real life, and what do you want from a hero in fiction?
Okay, so I will use what I just said for a hero in real life. In fiction, I want this man to go up against all odds and prove, because the hero is always at the beginning a down person, or usually is. Someone who comes from nothing, usually, or maybe something that you don't expect him to become the hero. This person needs to rise to the occasion in the most dire moments and not have a personality that you don't want to look towards, or that you want to look towards, and you want to be inspired by him. So he can actually show off his image to other people to want to be like this person, or root for them, I guess, if you're the audience.
All right,
Be
Mike.
rootable.
All right. Real life, someone who is. Let's see.
Blah,
Uh,
blah, blah.
you mean blah blah blah? Is this topic
No, it's
bonus?
just,
Andrew wants to block you out again.
I guess I didn't get into it last time, but someone who is, let's see, honorable and I guess willing to like make the sacrifice for the greater good. I don't know, that's pretty cliche, but they don't do it for like personal gain. They do it because it's like the right thing to do. Fiction, I don't know, man. My head, it goes right to Superman. Not even because he's like my favorite superhero, but just because he fits that like model too of the real world hero, but he just has like superpowers, so it's amplified.
All right.
Andrew,
someone who's willing to put themselves in harm's way for the better of their community. For both.
Both of them?
Yeah.
All right. Zach?
Just somebody with some sort of attribute that you really look up to. Like how some people will say, like, my hero is my mom. It's like you usually say that because they taught you like great morals, or they always put you first and always provided for you, even if it was really hard. Something like that. And superhero, I don't care.
I didn't say superhero.
Oh, what?
Fiction.
Fictional?
Yeah.
Same thing then, I guess.
All right. Now here's the real part of the question, though. What do you want from a villain? In a fictional world,
This is great.
Stop it. I'm not done
can
yet.
you finish?
You've already decided in your heads what you want from a hero in your fictional world and whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
What makes your villain the real villain? Do they show up before? Do they show up afterwards? Like in all the superhero movies that we have, do they show up in response to a hero? Do the heroes show up in response to them? What makes a villain the one person in the story that you truly want to see lose? Or at the very least, you don't want to see their goals win the way they're doing them.
Okay, so one of my main things that a villain needs to have, absolutely has to have a purpose for what he's doing and why he's doing it, right? You can't just be, oh, I'm bad because I'm bad. No, I'm doing this for a reason, and I need to buy into that reason, because if I can't buy into that, then I'm not going to like you, or I'm going to think you're kind of a wasted villain. So I need to be able to root for you in a way. I need to be able to understand why you're doing the things that you are doing, and it doesn't have to be necessarily come from the action of the hero. To me, it could be his own thing that he wants to do. The hero discovers this, and the hero decides, I can't let this happen. I need to stop it. And then the villain needs to go above and beyond everything he has, even if that means sacrificing something that he likes, in order to achieve his goal, which is usually a bad thing. Right?
So you want the villain to exist outside of the hero. Mm-hmm. You don't want them to be codependent upon one another.
No way.
You do not a fan of that.
Yes and no, because with some characters it does gel very well together, and that's how they're written, right? In fiction. But there are some there's some villains that can definitely be on their own because of their pure motivation, and it's so cool how you watch it unfold the way it does, because like if the like I said, if the villain is willing to sacrifice stuff he loves in order to get his goal, I feel like that's super that's very impactful, because they're people too, right? I mean, they have feelings and like they love people too. But if you're able to see that transfer into film, game, book, whatever, and if that impacts you in a way, you're like, yeah, that's a good villain.
All right, Mike.
I think I like two different kinds of villains. There's the one where their motive is almost relatable in a way, so it kind of makes you want to side with them. And then there's the one where they do what they do strictly to torment the hero that they're directly opposed with too. So like for that for me would be someone like the Joker. Like mainly what he does is like targeted at Batman. Like he just kind of kills people left and right, just does whatever. He's not trying to send some kind of message to society or anything. He's trying to prove to Batman that like they're not that different from each other. Just Joker's willing to kill people and then Batman's not, but they're both a little insane. Yeah, those are the kinds of villains that I like.
All right, Andrew.
I'll just keep it basic, just classical villain is someone who has a goal that is willing to do anything to reach this goal by any means, with no consideration of what happens to other people.
All right. Zach?
I kind of have the same idea as Michael, where like I'll use Thanos as an example. So like Thanos in Infinity War, he had motivation behind what he's doing that like I could understand, like I don't agree with, but like I understand his logic behind it. So I was like, hey, like I kind of get it. Like, all right, that's pretty good, especially for Marvel villains. Like they're usually terrible, so
They are. They're pretty terrible.
and then throwing it to like the Joker, my other one is like just somebody that's interesting. Like he seems like he has a lot of depth, even though he might not actually have depth. It's just maybe just the illusion of depth, that he's all about chaos, and like that's fairly interesting. It's not something that's predictable and boring. It's something that's just, it's constantly something that you're not going to be expecting, and he's outsmarting the hero left and right. So like that's a nice change of pace, and I kind of like that.
All right.
What about you though?
I think he was going to do that.
Me? What about me?
Where do you stand on that?
For heroes and villains? Mm-hmm. I have a problem with real life heroes. To me, it's hard to point to someone and say that they're a hero, because the way I think people work is we're fundamentally much more self-centered than we'd like to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That doesn't mean
very villainous traits, right?
Right. But self-centeredness doesn't have to be villainous.
It could be though.
There's a man in the Star Wars franchise. He's a trader. Trader. He's also kind of a bandit, and he's a good guy, but he's fairly selfish when he's introduced. Correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So heroes in real life are people who go above and beyond the call of duty. But before that, I think True heroes are people who aren't necessarily always in positions to do that. I'm not saying that there are people who in certain categories of work that aren't heroes, but they have to be people who go so above and beyond that you have no choice but to recognize them. If you show up to work, you clock in, you clock out, you do your job, you're not being a hero. You're being an employee.
You're doing your job.
You're doing your job, which is fine in of itself. For fictional heroes, I like heroes who exist before and after the villains. Some heroes rise up because, villains exist, and some heroes show up, before that. Like the first set of Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man shows up before any of the villains. Mm-hmm. In fact, you would almost say that villains have to evolve to meet superheroes. Right?
Yes.
So regular villains can't... So regular police deal with regular villains. A superhero emerges, and the villains are now no longer able to keep up. So they have to become stronger. They have to become smarter, faster, meaner. Right? I like heroes who stand above that kind of stuff. Whether it's a classic hero like Superman who represents everything about lawful and good that you can, whether something like that can actually, sell movie tickets, who knows? I like heroes like Batman who take a much more direct and violent approach to crime, but still have a set of rules. Heroes to me are those who operate within a set system of morals and boundaries. I'm not a huge fan of the Robin Hood type of heroes. By the way, Robin Hood is a lawful good character. He rebels against a tyrannical government, but he still does it within the set of laws and rules that were there and set by a rightful king. For villains to me, I kind of enjoy the majority of villains. One of my favorites is Scarecrow because people are scared of him. It doesn't matter why they're scared of him. If you're not scared of a villain, on some level, you can agree with him, you can agree with his motivations, but if he doesn't inspire some kind of dread in you to make you fear for yourself, your family, or your world, I think you're doing the villain wrong.
Yeah.
He deserves to be more than a roadblock in a hero's path to greatness. If a hero doesn't struggle, and if a hero doesn't suffer against a villain, then he's not a villain, he's a mook. He's a regular guy.
Oh, like Voldemort.
What? Is Voldemort a good villain?
Well, I mean, is J.K. Rowling a good writer? So growing up with those books, right, you come at it, you like the books as a kid, but if you really start looking at it, there's not a lot there. Like Aragon, right, the book series, not actually all that great when you go back and really look at them. It's really just a reskinning of Lord of the Rings. Not that I have a problem with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings sets a precedent for fantasy. I don't know if Sauron's a good villain according to the principles I've set out, but I think he fulfills it fairly well. But if you look at some of the newer villains, Zach mentioned this, the set of superhero movies, they don't have all that great of villains. Every once in a while, a supporting character will die, but at the end of the day, the hero still wins. The hero may or may not have some kind of quandary, but they're not challenging. They're not dangerous. They're not scary.
The hero's going to make it out at the end.
Yeah, because, what's being sold currently is that the heroes win. That the villains are either totally incompetent and don't know what they're doing, or that these villains are so incompetent that they can out-incompetence superheroes' incompetence. Superheroes can make all the wrong choices, have all the wrong powers, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They're written to win. If you're written to win, what's the point of watching a fight? You know how it ends.
So how would you like to see it play out then? Because clearly you have distaste for everything that they're doing right now. What do you want the heroes to win? Maybe the heroes be the selling points instead of not the heroes, the villains. Be some selling points.
I don't know. It'd be kind of nice. Imagine a superhero movie that comes out and the only reason you know it's a specific superhero is because they only tell you the title of the movie. But, if you focus on the villain, if you give a villain more than 14 seconds of screen time before they get their shit punched in, how often do villains... Now, this is just a general question. It's not about superheroes. How often do villains live beyond a couple engagements?
Never. You never see the hero, the villain, its life after it's supposedly doom. Like, he's written to end there, and then it's over. I
mean, in the series that just ended recently, Game of Thrones, and we have a resident expert on this, Alex. I hear you're a big fan since season 8. There is a rather strong undead individual who is introduced and then immediately murdered in the series, right? How many seasons has he built up, Zach?
8.
All of them.
And how many episodes does he last?
Well, okay, it depends on what you're going off of. So, like, their actual conflict with him, 1.
Yes.
Oh, that's it? That's all you want? Oh, yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 1. Now, the fear that he generates, sure, but does he actually back up the fear at the end of the day?
No.
Like, does he actually accomplish anything beyond being mildly terrifying?
No.
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 No, but you know what he does? He brings everyone together.
And how long does that last?
Probably not as long.
Even
as
still, he doesn't do that.
Huh?
He didn't even do that.
He does sort of.
But there's still, like, 2 sides that are still
only 6
fighting
seasons in?
during that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, the idea was that he was going to bring everybody together, but there was the backstabbing going on so that they didn't actually come together. It's just one side was betraying the other one while they were fighting off the bad guy.
Okay.
So he didn't actually even do that.
That's your point. I guess
together.
that's all how you kind of view it, Elijah.
What do you mean?
Like how you say, like, oh, he was just used and he did nothing, but he did like stuff in season 8 that kind of propels the ending of the show between the characters.
Does it propel the ending, Zach?
I guess. Not really.
I thought it did. I saw
Semi.
it.
All right. Well, I mean, the resident expert versus the man who's watched it since the beginning. I'll leave. We report, you decide here, folks.
Can I throw you a curveball?
Do it.
What about... it's TV, it's not really movies, but what about Breaking Bad? Because the main character is the villain.
I enjoy sometimes
Or it's literally
characters like
the
that.
hero turned villain.
The
all the
anti-hero
way.
or like an actual villain. But you see a lot more than that, and there's a tendency for me to get tired when you're exposed to just a wide variety of, I'm not a real hero, I've seen some shit. You remember before I watched Deadpool how I couldn't stand the man? Mm-hmm. And I just can't stand his fans, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, he represents a lot of what I'm not a huge fan of. You can have a hero be a good guy. Man of Steel was created, and he straight up kills General Zod. Like,
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with that either.
I'm sorry, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen Man of Steel, a
God,
movie that came
yeah.
out quite a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Heroes today, when they're released, are in general darker.
Yeah.
But they offset that by throwing in a wisecrack about every 10 minutes. We should really time it. I think Marvel has a time. Insert joke every 15 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of thing. If you want a serious movie, have a serious movie. You want to have a funny movie, do a funny movie. Finding a balance, I think, is really hard, and I don't think it's something that's done well.
No, it's not done very well. I mean, I love Civil War, but everyone's saying, like, that's just a fucking comedy movie. It's a joke. Don't allow my brother.
Yeah, I hate that movie.
Yeah.
Same.
But, like, movies like Infinity War have a more serious tone. Did you like Thanos or no?
Thanos? Thanos as a villain, I think, represents potential, and I don't really know if he delivers on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know
It fucked everything up.
I know that
being
you guys
part
aren't a
2.
huge fan of Part 2 Thanos, but you got to remember Part 1 Thanos is written to become Part 2 Thanos. It's not like Part 1 was written in a void, right? Where they didn't, well, we don't know what's going to happen next. Everyone knew. And as soon as you know what's going to happen next. Mm-hmm. You know that they're going to get everyone back, and at the end of the day, the majority of the heroes, they may have some conflicts in the future, but nothing's changed.
Yeah, you're right. So you didn't like Part 2 Thanos?
Part 2 Thanos, no. I enjoyed Part 2, the movie, but not so much Part 2 Thanos.
Yeah, they kind of make him a fool.
Do you like Darth Vader? Just Darth Vader, like the first 3
Like
movies.
the
or even the first 2.
4, 5, and 6 Darth Vader?
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6 Darth Vader is fantastic. Mm-hmm. I mean, they literally changed the way they were doing the movies when they found out people liked him so much. He's a good villain, or at the very least, he's spooky.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about movies 1, 2, and 3, Darth Vader. Spoiler alert for those of you who haven't figured it out yet. Anakin is Darth Vader.
What?
No. I was not a huge fan.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
You didn't like to see him become a boy, then a man, then...
I mean,
eventually turn
you
Darth
really
Vader?
like coming of age stories, and I'm kind of lukewarm on them. I mean, I don't... I think the villains in 1, 2, and 3... I mean, the real villain, the Republic, and the Empire later on.
Oh yeah.
I think they do it rather well. The Trade Federation did nothing wrong, for those of you who don't know that.
I love that.
Yeah, Darth Vader's good in the 4, 5, and 6, but I mean, that's just it. He's in 4, 5, and 6. He dies in the 6th movie. Another spoiler. But he's so good, they try to recreate him in number 7.
Well, no, they didn't recreate him.
Excuse me, what did I just
It's
say?
a try.
All right, that's fine. You can say that. Whatever.
That's right, I did just say that.
Which is your opinion.
Okay, you know what? Fine. We'll end this with an easy question. What's your favorite villain?
Ah, shit.
Of all time?
Yeah, all time favorite villain. Who would you want to be killed by?
Oh,
That's an easy one.
Favorite villain. It doesn't matter. Star Wars, superheroes, fantasy. It doesn't matter. Pick your all-time favorite villain. This is the one thing that defines villainy to you.
I want to be slaughtered by Joker.
Slaughtered?
I want Joker to literally break me the fuck down to my own death.
Okay.
All right.
If I had
Sounds
to
like a
pick,
fetish.
All right. So you choose Joker, Mike.
He's the guy who
Well,
fucks with you.
do I get to be like a hero
No.
in this scenario? Because I don't see why a villain would come after me as just some Joe Schmo.
So yeah, we'll do it like this. You're a hero. Who do you want as your villain? It doesn't matter if they have a pre-existing hero. It's like, who do you think is the epitome of villainy that you would rather face down in battle?
Well, I would just rather go up against like Darkseid or something. Like if I'm gonna get killed by a villain, I want it to be like an all-out brawl.
I still say Joker because I would also have to fight an internal battle in order to
I don't care about
overcome. Fuck off.
But as a hero, you're not like, oh, this villain gave me a good internal battle.
No, but a battle that questions my morality. You know, that's what Joker does with Batman.
All right.
All right.
And I literally needed 2 seconds to think, but Darth Vader.
Darth Vader?
Yep.
All right. Zach?
Sauron
Sauron.
from Lord of the Rings.
Why Sauron?
Just
Just a giant eyeball?
No. Well, he has like a
That's the
actual
eye of
body.
He has a physical
Yeah.
form.
And I like the idea too that he getting into deep nerd stuff. He's not actually the big bad guy either. Like there's technically the more evil being that he's a servant to.
Where are you getting this information?
The books.
Lore.
The lore? The deep lore?
Yeah, the deep lore. Yeah,
Deep
that-
lore.
But yeah, so technically he is like the second in command. Because the more evil thing is just so powerful that like they couldn't accurately write him into the book, so they had to come up with, something else that's more tangible and
So you accept the fact that you can't actually fight the big evil, but you want to make sure that it's puppet.
yeah, like something that like as like just a person, like something you can fight what you can beat. Like you're doing what you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't stand a chance against a big guy, so you're just doing as best you can. So
Yeah. So
I like that idea.
you're choosing the practical fight instead
Yeah.
of the Mike fight over here.
Just
where I'm
everything.
going to fight dark shit.
He wants the end game battle where you fight literally
I
all
want
the
to go to
villains.
my dying breath. I don't care about morality and shit. If the question is
he's
just
not
who do you
the
want to
hero.
fight, so yeah. What?
What about you?
I mean, it's a hard question, but I think if I had to choose correctly, or I not choose correctly, it's
Alien.
your choice, right? What?
Alien?
The xenomorph.
The xenomorphs.
Yeah.
The xenomorphs represent the perfect killing machine. They may not be a villain. If I had to choose a real villain, probably Scarecrow. I think he's a pretty classic villain, and so he doesn't really give you an internal struggle, but you have to fight through fear. You have to prove to yourself and to him, I guess, that you're not just going to break down and crumble. And it doesn't even have to be a physical fight. I don't know if you've seen me before, but I am not all that physical of a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not confident enough to like outwit some of the smartest villains there is. Joker has a deviance to him that I can't match. But if I have to confront my fear, I think I can do it.
He's kind of like the clown from It, right?
Yeah.
They use their fear to...
Well, I mean, so Pennywise, or the entity from It,
Oh, yeah.
the clown, is a bit different. It's a good villain, but it's not something that you'd be able to fight on your own. They don't.
And Scarecrow would be...
Scarecrow was something that I think I could do. He's pretty much my favorite villain as a child, like childhood villains. Definitely.
Right. All right. Andrew, you want to close us out for this episode?
Sure.
Oh my God.
Oh,
It's your episode, dude.
Well, I was thinking about other things to talk about.
Oh yeah, what do you have?
Okay.
Well, I wanted to ask you. Did you want to talk about Spider-Man, the movie?
Oh, he's gonna spoil it.
You're semi. I guess, but.
I can tell you my rating and what I initially thought of it.
What'd you think of it?
Spoiler free.
Or did you
Spoiler-free?
want to go into the discussion we had after the movie? Your semi-revelation.
You have a revelation.
I sort of do.
All right, let's hear
But I
it.
don't know if
First,
you
I'll
want to say
te-
it or not. If you're not going to talk about the movie, I don't know.
Just wait till next time because I'll see it between now and next time.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to go see it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just wait for you. But I'll give you my score.
Your score?
6.5.
6.5. That's relatively low for you for a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
movie.
it is pretty low. I didn't think I would give it that low, but yeah.
All right. I'll have to keep that in mind. For those of you who don't know this, Alex likes to give movie reviews on Twitter, and he tends to give fairly high reviews for movies. This is not because every movie he chooses to see is good. This is because he checks online what people like and then gives a review.
Actually, not true.
It's 100% correct.
It's not true at all. Anyways, if you want to find me on Twitter, I am at asilva_10. And would anyone else like to give their handle?
Nope.
No, I'm good.
No.
Okay, well, someone wrote that in the notes, so I just thought, whatever.
What?
Wait,
No,
what?
I didn't.
Somebody did.
Someone? That would have to be me.
But-
It
Yeah,
says
he's the only one to put
graphic
anything.
social media accounts. So
No, we're gonna have Twitter.
social media for our podcast
oh.
specifically.
Well, I still want people to follow me to get my reviews.
Oh my god.
Make sure before you go watch a movie, you look at what I have to see about it, and then determine.
Damn.
Are you sure you really want to go into a movie after seeing reviews? Wouldn't it be better to go in blind and experience it for yourself?
Well, I didn't look up reviews before.
No,
I
I'm
looked
just
up the
talking
reviews
about
after.
the
You're
people who are
telling
listening
people to
right
do
now.
that though. Yeah.
Oh well, if you're a general consumer, then you don't care about it.
Oh my god.
And I've had experience with this because at the theater they'll ask, "What's this movie got on Rotten Tomatoes?" And they're like, it's got this. Oh, we'll see that instead. So there are people out there that do that. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Unfortunately, I can vet for this. I have
No,
witnessed
it's
this
true.
experience happen.
It is
Damn,
true.
man. I just don't get it.
Look at the summer movies, dude. Look at like the Rotten Tomato scores for like what was it, Godzilla, Men in Black, all those movies. People didn't see them.
I know Godzilla's already out, but is Men in Black already out?
Nobody saw it either. Or and if they did, they didn't like it.
Well, I mean, then again,
And the people who didn't see
it's
it
a
because they saw
sequel
the
times 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's been a pleasure being on, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for
It's,
coming. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
I
for coming.
enjoyed it very much.
I'm glad you did. Thank you.
Got to see how the meat is made.
I don't want to hear you say that, but if you want me to say it, I'd very much like to see your meat being made.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
Well, it was great to have you, Elijah, and thank you guys for listening. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. Thank you guys for seeing
And Podbean.com. And Twitter.
And poppy.com at Out of the Ordinary Friends. We will see you guys next week.